Yo, what's poppin', guys? Back at it again with another Unchained Fiendsmith Musketeer deck video. Here we got a big win streak going on. All these games are going second. If you guys want to see the deck list and hear my thoughts on it, stay tuned until the end of the video. Or just skip ahead of the timestamps. You do you, I guess. I'm not getting monetized for any of this anyways. Alright, let's hop straight into the replays. Alright, we've got a filthy hand here. So my misplays are just not going to come back to bite me. You're going to activate Bingo Machine Go, which I'm going to let go. I'll just ash whatever they add, right? I really want to hit the wishes instead. That card has a discard for cost, gives a ton of advantage here. And they already have the field spell, so there's no point in hitting the link one. Otherwise, I would probably go for that. I see they discard the Destruction Sword Memories. So I really don't want them to set up the Buster Lock. You can see they want this in the graveyard. It gets to fusion summon the guy, and then they summon the synchro one here that makes all my guys to dragons using this thing. And I read it, send one Destruction Sword card, whatever, from your deck to graveyard. Perfect. I can ash this. So I instead want to keep my ash for this. Little did I know I'm an absolute idiot, and there's a semicolon here, which means they send for cost, and ash doesn't even interact with this card to begin with. But I didn't read until I started recording the replays. So yeah, if you're wondering why I didn't ash the wishes, it's because I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh player and I can't read. So we're gonna go ahead and just fire this off. I could have done it on resolution. Doesn't really matter. Maybe they add something else. Like, I guess they could, if you do it on resolution, they could consider adding something that doesn't respect the Fuelos or the Maxi. But since I revealed it slightly early, they can now respond by adding, I guess, the normal summon guy, whatever, right? I want to use the Fuelos before the Maxi as well, in case they have like a Nash or Callby, since Maxi definitely just gives me more value. Somehow they're on just multiple of this. We're going to start doing a bunch of stuff. Now we chain the Maxi here to get all the draws. I don't get a Fuelos draw because it's from the graveyard here. Now we've got doubled up abominations and stuff. There's some another guy from deck, and now we see an ash. So now we have two of them. So I feel safe using one this turn because I have one for my turn to allegedly stop the Buster line, which I actually can't, it turns out. But I can't stop it in its tracks here by preventing him from actually adding the trap in the first place. So definitely gonna use the ash right here. And now my opponent's going to go ahead and make the Blue Eye Spirit Dragon here. I'm going to draw the Jewish Sword. I'm just going to delete this in case he goes into the guy that prevents me from banishing stuff from the graveyard. Thing comes back off of the dude, whatever, right? Don't want to have to deal with it. And this looks like a Magia setup, but I think they're missing what the fusion spell. Kind of unlucky. Guy gets popped here. We have to shuffle back a card off of the Fuelos, right? But we're super fine here. Our draw really doesn't matter. So we're just gonna go ahead, go for our searches here in case of a Maxi as well. And we get to add a dope normal summon, pitch Solari. Just go Fiendsmith combo here. Pretty much free, right? And I probably should have been, I should have just made the Unchained guy here and then continued off of my normal summon. I don't know. I got too greedy. We get nipped here. It really doesn't matter. I had the extender, so I wasn't really thinking about it. We get to go for the Unchained line here. Even make a Soul of Rage. For the next turn in case I somehow manage to whiff lethal. Hoping the draw will get me somewhere. But any two bodies, if one of them is a light fiend, is the new access code. Instead of just dealing 53, you can Requiem Lacrima Engraver 54. And then you can use the Lacrima Burn for another 1200, adding up to 6600 damage, which is a lot more than the 38 or 400 I had. Wait, 40? I don't know. Numbers add on board before. Here, my opponent wins the coin flip again, chooses to go first, and just passes back. Really awkward. I'm just assuming they have a Maxi here. Fuelos, unfortunately, kind of sucks, and we're going to get Maxi'd on the Lubellion here. Kind of awkward, but I mean, it is what it is. I guess they could just change to the Bestial, right? To get like the guaranteed draw. You know what I'm playing, right? I decide to set up the Regained, banish the Bellion, shuffle it back, get the draw, get the Magnum Surge. They get one draw, and I get like a search and a draw. But I decide to Ash my random draw and keep the Bellion out here, which I don't care about because it does nothing. Foilos just for 100 more chip damage, since I feel like I want to make an SP here. Just some advantage. I don't have any thrust targets, like I don't know, D-barrier or whatever. Since I am a go second deck, it's kind of just a brick. So I just add some follow-up, Regained, gets me another guy, gets me even more follow-up, very nice. And they're going to go ahead and use talents here. So I'm going to chain the SP, get rid of the tuner. Hopefully that prevents them from going into the 6 here. And now I fail at reading comprehension once again, where I see that this guy, if there's level 5 or higher dark monster on the field, this guy levels himself up to 5 right here. Then he can inherently special summon himself. And then I combine that with if his card is sent to the graveyard. Yeah, I thought he could summon from the graveyard inherently. So I'm like, oh gosh, I better bestial this. I completely whiffed it. I should have 100% hit like the level 6 target or whatever, right? This was definitely not it. I don't know. And then we mess up here. I thought I could pop the Jewel Swarm to then send the tuner, because I can send Desiree, but that's because Desiree is a fiend. Jewel Swarm, not a fiend. Can't pop it. Terrible, horrible misplays. Fortune never matters, because when he summons this, he decides to pop everybody. And now all my guys trigger, which is very nice. You got the thing in the back row. Now we do know he searched the back row popper thing. So you just get a free summon. We get to send this guy with the Jewel Swarm that he so kindly outed for us. We have the endless conga line of bunguses here. Grab back our SP. And Link in the Rain's unfortunately dead. I'm just testing. I crafted one copy to test it out. Don't think it's worth it. It hasn't ever really come up for me. More on that during the deck profile. Yeah. So we're just going to do some Unchained gaming here, popping the back row, eating up all his monsters, nom 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 nom. And Access Code Talker is going to pop his last guy, and we're just going to swing for game. Very easy, very clean lethal damage here. And to think I was contemplating surrendering after I horribly griefed 2 of my disruptions on his turn. Now the best part about going second decks is, you see we win the coin flip, we choose to go second, and look at this. This doesn't look like a going first strat. To me, this looks like a Shizuku pass angle. Yikes. So of course they're going to have like Maxi or something, right? But Striker Tenpai doesn't really want to go first. Of course, here's the Maxi in draw phase to play around the triple tactics talents. So we're going to go ahead and resolve all of our searches now, and then we're going to draw ourselves. And the cool thing about this deck is, with this hand at least, you can do all your searching up front. Remember, you want to search with track last, because that's going to mandatory trigger the Lurry to get the special summon. And now that's going to give them 1 draw for the special summon. And because they drew a card, we get to draw on Lockbird, and now they will get no more draws. We also get no more draws or searches, but we're finished with that, fortunately. So we're just going to go ahead and do a bunch of Fiendsmith stuff here. Then we're going to fail miserably at reading, thinking I can pop the Requiem. I can't. Yeah, that was kind of depressing, but I think this is great just to show off. You don't have to be super talented or concentrated or pro player or whatever to play this deck and still perform well. So that's really fun. I think this is a great deck to also just learn the game with. And unfortunately, we only have 7,900 damage, but fortunately, we have Lacrima. And we're going to make an access code with it, which is actually optimal, because now we get to chain block the burn, and they can't respond to it. It's perfect. There's nothing they can do about it. They guaranteed die here. So very nice use. Access code for game, I guess. And for our final game, we once again choose to go second. Unfortunately, we don't open any hand traps, but it turns out our opponent's playing Labyrinth anyway, so it's not like any of them matter to begin with. Top decking Forbidden Droplets is actually pretty cracked. And then I play the Starfire into the Imperm column like an absolute idiot. Definitely should not have done that. But we're going to go ahead, trigger all this stuff. Unfortunately, Lurry has to be Chain Link 1 because it is a mandatory effect, so I can't actually chain block the Starfire. That means they're going to not only negate my summon, but since they also have the Welcome Labyrinth Engraver, they're also going to pop this. So it's also going to keep me off max, which is pretty painful. Here I'm thinking about maybe a Requiem for Lacrima to get back the guy. And then we go into max from there, summon out some more bodies line. Maybe I'm thinking, I don't think it's really worth it. We already have Engraver in hand, so we're going to use Lacrima to pitch the trap already. Here's when Necroquip comes up. We already have the Engraver in hand. So we get to get a nice draw off of this here. Now, I have the Sanctier. This does lock you into attacking with only Fiend monsters. So this is a lot better with like the Rex Tremend or whatever those new cards are called than with the Axis Code like I'm still playing right now. Maybe worth a consideration. So they do the room on me here, trying to keep me off of my full Fiendsmith stuff, but we still have all the Unchained cards. We're gonna just take his guy, get it out of here, and it's a free dude to pop. The Unchaineds get to actually clear so much board. It's so great together with the talents here, especially since the guy's been flipped face down. Instead of linking it off, we just to pop it for free to bring back all of our stuff. And here we are short 1k. But again, we can just link Moon into Requiem into Lacrima and then burn for game here as well. All right, guys, here's the deck list. More or less a kind of a concept. You can definitely tweak most of the non-engine ratios. For example, I only have 2 Fuelos and 2 Sharvara. I think you should be playing 3 of each of those. I was trying out Link into the Reigns. It's also why I was on some lower copies of these. I don't really want to draw hard ones per turn cards as multiples, so we are only on 2 of all these Bestials here, 2 of the Lubellion, only on 1 Nib as well. And the rest of this, more or less kind of standard. We do have the addition of the Lacrima now, which also gets us the Paradise to send the Desiree during their turn to send another card. Very nice if we get enough setup, especially if we lead with some musket stuff, because then we definitely have enough light fiends in rotation. And I wanted to try out the Necroquip and M7 here, so I did cut the Apo, since I don't really think we're making it very often. We're actually just trying to kill them, right? So Apo isn't really coming up that much. And we took out the Chaos Angel, which may or may not have been a mistake. Remember, this is a light level 4. So together with Bestials, Chaos Angel, kind of nice. M7 did not come up during the games that I played with it. So maybe it's not worth it. Maybe it just, I need more sample size. We'll have to see. Link to the Reigns felt absolutely terrible. Every time I opened it, I either didn't have a musket. Even Lurie is fine, honestly. But I didn't have any light fiends. And otherwise, I had hands that didn't need Link into the Reigns. The theoretical advantage of this card is that you can summon something like a Starfire or a Calamity, any musket from hand, essentially, special for free, and then instantly go into max, and then they can't respond to the summon, right? So they can't negate the summon with like a Solemn or whatever, right? And they also can't activate stuff when you summon. So it's very much like Branded Lost. This means that you get to guaranteed resolve the max. What you could also do, if you don't think max is good in this situation because maybe you're going first, or they just have no back row, or you have the Lurie instead of the muskets, you can toggle on and go into Requiem. And then with your toggle to on, you can resolve the Requiem without them being able to respond to it or ash it or anything. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, things I'd maybe change again. Hasn't come up yet, but second sequence could be good. If you do the lines from like the previous videos that you've seen where you go through the Yama before you make the sequence, so you have the Shavara to dodge Imperm. If people catch on to that, they might Imperm early, and then the second sequence is like the second Isolde and Infernoble, and you just pop off on them, get that hard punish going. All right, feel free to tweak this list as you guys see fit, and I hope you enjoy playing the deck as much as I did. See ya.